Alright guys, I want to do a quick review video of this PRO 680 Pro. Obviously, Hobby King started selling them. You're probably looking at this because you see it on Hobby King and you want to do a review. You want to see a review. I did the same thing. There wasn't very many people that did an actual review on the frame itself. A lot of people are testing them out for the first time. But basically, what I found was if you don't set it up the same way PRO has built this frame to be set up by, which means the ESCs on the bottom of these motor mounts. If you look, each motor mount has a little spot up in here that you're supposed to mount the ESCs. I'm using 45 amp ESCs, which are too big to mount into there. Basically brought me the biggest problem about this frame. If you don't mount the ESCs here, you lose every single bit of space you have for mounting. Not every, but you lose most of it because you cannot mount them inside, in between the boards, because that is where the frame folds. If you want to keep that option, you need to be able to put your ESC someplace not in the center of the board or of the main control plate here. So I put mine on top. It does work wonderfully. It flies beautifully. It is a solid frame. It's built well. There's no rattling. There's no play. The legs have a little bit of play left and right, but honestly, I'm very impressed by the frame, the structure of it, the integrity of it. I just don't like the fact that there's no room to advance. I had originally bought this frame to build a hex that will eventually be my FPV frame, but it's going to be very difficult to find things to mount. Another thing, building this frame, you have to build it together with the electronics. Other frames I've built, you have to build the frame, then add the electronics on afterwards. This frame, you build it together with the electronics. It's very difficult to go back. You know, the NAS is in there, and it's difficult to change. It's something very. You have to think about this. There's a lot of screws. It takes a while to build it. It is nice when it's done. However, you lose room if you don't mount it correctly. If you are using 30 amp ESCs or so, they will fit inside these motor mounts. Not a problem. I, however, didn't want to set it up that way, and I am being kind of punished by it with lack of mounting capabilities. Obviously, you know, I've got my indicator here on the upside of this, and I'm still having difficulty finding where to mount batteries correctly and doing different things. It's very difficult to find room when you don't do exactly what PRO says in the way this frame was designed. Which isn't bad. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just that PRO brought it out to be a certain way, and when you change it, hey, sucks for you. But if you are looking into this frame, just be aware of that. After it's built and after it's assembled, it is a solid frame. You know, the only play I find in the whole frame is the little bit of play that comes out of these little plastic clips right here, which are what hold the arms, the front two and the back two arms. They do play a little bit, but that's it. And that's not the type of play you're going to get in a multi-rotor. The multi-rotor play is going to be up and down, which these things are solid. They don't move. I am happy with the frame. I do think it is a great frame, and just maybe an attachment or two, another plate that you can add above it or below it to add a layer of electronics would be wonderful if PRO could come up with an attachment for it. That's my opinion. Hopefully this video helps you guys, and good luck.